Airbnb, WhatsApp, Slack, Uber, and Square. Do you know what is common between all of these companies? All of these giant unicorn companies were started in recession back in 2008 and 2009. We are in a similar territory today with companies losing all of their value. Amazon just lost $1 trillion of its worth. Last year, Facebook touched $1 trillion in market cap and is now less than $250 billion. As more and more companies are seeing their profits and their revenue shrink, there's more and more layoffs happening around the world. Amazon is about to lay off 10,000 people. Meta has already laid off 11,000 people. There are more and more companies laying off tons of people. So now the question becomes, how do you sustain your living? Recently, I made a similar video in which I talked about becoming a freelancer, becoming a solopreneur. Well, in this video, I want to talk about a second option that is even more lucrative, like I talked about at the starting of the video, is to start your own business in this time of opportunity, and more so an online business. Why do I say so? Well, first of all, there is minimum overhead cost, right? You don't need to have a factory, you don't need to hire tons of people. It is just your website, just your product, just your service, and you trying to market it to people. Number two, there is infinite scalability. Your product or service can now be bought and seen by people around the world without any limitations, because they can open up your site and they can start accessing your products or services. Number three, you are independent, which is one of the best things to have if you are in a recession like this, because now you are not dependent on an employer to give you that next salary, to give you that assurance that you will be paid in the coming few months and coming few years as well, because you have built a business yourself and you have full control over it, right? The sales are less, maybe you want to have a better marketing campaign, maybe you want to revise your pricing. So you can monitor and you can adjust all of these things in your business and you have complete control over it, versus being an employee wherein you are just not having the whole control of how long will you be working and what will you be working on. Number four, huge learning opportunity. Starting a business, that too online, is going to teach you a lot of things, right? You learn about sales, you learn about building a team, you learn about marketing, you learn about so many different things. I think that when I started MarketUp, when I started my YouTube channel, the biggest growth experience was learning what will people pay for. I spent all of my time focusing on how can I build something that would be valuable to people. That could be through my YouTube videos, or that could be through the services that we offer at MarketUp. Besides the money and independence, you would actually gain a lot of learnings along the way. And number five, you will be having a remote advantage, because everything is happening online. You no longer need to get an office for yourself, which again is going to save you overhead costs, and you can work from your home. The past 2 years, I have just been sitting in this one room of mine and have been building online businesses and thriving while doing so. So these are a few reasons why having an online business is much more lucrative right now. Moving on, what type of business can you actually create? Let's talk about that right now. First of all, you can build an ROI agency that works completely online. You can run ads for people on Facebook or Google. You can actually help people edit their videos. You can do all of that with the help of your online website, with the help of your online business. Now, I explained the idea of an ROI agency in a previous video that I uploaded this year itself. The idea is quite simple. You're having an ROI, right? So you're having a client, you are having you as the mediator, and whatever services they require, you then outsource it to someone and you make the difference. It is an arbitrage opportunity. What that basically means is that if you charge 1,000 rupees to your client and you pay 700 to the freelancer, you end up making the 300 rupees difference. This is a great way for you to make money without exactly having the skill particularly, but more than that, you don't need to have the whole burden of doing it yourself and spending that time to do it. You can focus a lot more on having a ton of different clients and having a ton of different deliverables at the same time. Take an example of Uber. They don't own the cars, right? They just have a relationship with the driver in which they are providing them with the customer and taking a cut on their pay. That is how they have built a huge multi-billion-dollar business. Take an example of Oyo. Oyo does not own the hotels. Oyo has a relationship with the hotel. They give the clients, they give the bookings to them, and they make a cut doing so. And that is how Airbnb works as well. The idea here is that you become the connector. You become the guy who is helping two people meet, right? The person who wants a service and the service who wants the person who wants the client. You help them connect and you make the difference. That is an ROI agency. You can also start drop shipping, right? Once you have built your own store, selling a product, and once it is sold, then procuring it and delivering it to the person through a drop shipping method. You can also sell your own courses and info products. Whatever learning that you have, whatever skill you have, you can either teach it in a video course or in an email course, or you sell info products like ebooks or PDFs or PPTs, and you educate people about what you actually know. Or at the end, you can also do a live webinar with your audience. Once you get people interested in whatever you're trying to sell, you can then get them into a webinar that you are doing, and you can charge for that and make money doing so. So these are just a few examples. There are a ton of different business models that you can start, but the idea is to get started without overthinking. The next step is to figure out how do you start all of this. Okay, you have an idea of starting XYZ business, but now how do you start it? How do you run that business, and how do you scale that business? How do you grow it, and how do you make it efficient? That is where I want to show you a great tool that is free to get started with, called as system.io. I'll show you exactly how it works. It is a one-stop tool that you can use for all of your marketing needs. You can automate the marketing of your product. You can build a sales funnel on it. You can run an affiliate program on it. You can build your blog. You can build your website on it. You can build and sell evergreen webinars. You can sell online courses. You can build and send marketing emails, both newsletters and campaigns, and you can also sell physical or digital products, all in this one site called as system.io. That is what I will be showing you today, and I will show you exactly how to use it. It is completely free to get started with, and it is a wonderful platform if you want to start an online business in 2022. So this is system.io, the world's easiest all-in-one marketing platform. As I said, you can do a ton of things with this platform that we'll be exploring today in this video. Now, getting started with it is quite easy. Just click on get my free account, enter your email address. It will send a confirmation link on your email. Click on that and you can create your password, and once you do that, then this is what your dashboard would look like, right? You can see we have multiple things over here. We have funnels, we have emails, we have blogs, automation, product sales, and other things as well. If I click on, let's just say, email, I can build my own newsletter right here. If I click on create a newsletter, then I can start out with the subject, the sender name, the sender email address. How do I want it to look like, right? Do I want it to be visual or do I want it to be classic? I can choose that and then I can move further. So just an example, huge Black Friday sale. That could be a subject. Sender name can be Ishan Sharma. I can click on create. And once I do that, I can now edit my complete email newsletter right here, right? I can change all of this text, as you can see. I can align it. I can also increase and decrease the padding. I can change the font style, content segments to this as well. I can have a different section altogether right here. So I can change this image. I can do all of these things with the help of system.io. It is quite intuitive for you to use it, right? So if you want to make a button, just click on this and put a button where you want it to be, right? This is a button. You can change the text, you can change the URL, you can change all of these things, the color. Once you do that, you can click on save changes, and then we can exit from here, and then we can send this newsletter to our emailing list. What is more is that you can write your own blogs, right? So you can create a blog for yourself. Give it a name, give it a URL path, and then click on save. So let's just say I say Ishan Sharma's Learnings, okay? I give it Startup Diaries. That is the name of my blog. You can pick whatever design you want, whatever template you really want, and then you can move forward with it. So this is the blog that we currently have. I can click on this blog and I can start writing my first few blog posts in this. It is that easy, right? You don't need to know how to code, and you have launched your first blog right here, right? So that is basically how it works. Click on create a blog post and you can start out with it right here. You can also have automations, you can create workflows, you can create rules. So essentially workflow is basically if someone buys your book from your online website. Now when that happens, there needs to be a workflow, right? the PDF needs to go to the person. It needs to be sent in an email. So that is a workflow that you create. Then we also need to send like a feedback email saying that, hey, how was your experience? Do you want to review the book? Do you want to rate the book on Amazon or on any other platform? Then you can do that over here as well. So this is a workflow that you create for any particular product that you are trying to sell. You can build a funnel for yourself as well, right? So if you click on create, I can create a funnel depending on what I want. So let's say the name of this funnel is video editing, right? We have a funnel domain name and we can now start selling a product or a service. I'll just click on this and I'll put this as dollars and I'll click on create, and we have our first funnel created. Now, what we do here is that we have our first landing page. So we can create that over here. Then we can have our automation rules. We can do A/B testing. We can look at the stats. We can look at the sales. We can do all of this. We can check out the leads that we are generating from this as well. So again, this is quite in depth and you get so many different options. I think that is the biggest benefit with System.io. Now let's say you want to sell products. You can just click on physical products and you can start by clicking on create. You can add a description, and once you do that, you can click on save and you can launch it as a page on your site, and then you can start marketing it, right? You can also sell coupons. You can check out your orders, your transactions, your subscriptions, your affiliate invoices. If you want to build courses, then click on that and you can start building a new course on this platform itself, right? It is that easy. It is that simple. You don't need to know about coding. You don't need to go to 100 different services to make it happen. It is all right here in front of you, and it is free for you to get started with using on System.io. Again, if you want to upgrade, if you see the potential in this, then you can buy the subscription for this as well. They start with the startup pack, which is $27 per month. But if you are just getting started, then you can take a look at the freemium model as well. Again, the link for System.io is in the description. Go have a look at it and get started with your journey of building your own online business. You can start your own community. You can also do all of these things, right? Click on communities and you can build a community from here itself. You can also click on my affiliate program and you can build an affiliate program for what you are trying to sell. So that is what you can do. This is pretty much how you can manage the entire business right on this one dashboard, on this one platform, System.io. So that is one of the easiest ways for you to get started with building an online business for yourself. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, let me know about that in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will execute. Check out System.io, link in the description. Huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video and reaching out to me. I think they have a great platform that you can use when you want to start your own online business. Start using it. It is completely free to get started with, and you can then explore all the different options and features that it offers for you. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Instagram at Ishan Sharma 7390. I will see you all in the next video.